This episode of What If It's Cool is brought to you by Respo Clothing. Respo Clothing, where you can get the latest merchandise from all the stars, including Luke Resner, Som, Savannah Rowe, Nova Nichols, and my personal favourite, Conflict Axiom. So make sure you check out Respo Clothing. You can find them on Facebook and on Instagram. MXW presents Goodness Gracious, featuring the 3 stages of hell match between Will Walker and Ace Shack, happening on January 20th. Ticket link is in the description. Make sure to check it out. Hello and welcome to another episode of What If It's Cool, the show where we talk about anything and everything that is cool in the world today. I'm Ready Steady Cook, Daniel Paul Crow. On this episode, I have a sit-down interview with Jimmy Burton. We talk about how he got into the world of professional wrestling. We have a competition to see who can swear the most in this episode. And we find out what exactly he finds cool, because that's going to surprise you. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Crème de la Crème with Jimmy Burton. Burton, it is an absolute pleasure to have you on. I like to think of you as the what's that character that Johnny Depp played in bloody Pirates of the Caribbean?
Savvy?
Captain
Harley.
I like to think you're the Captain Jack Sparrow of the wrestling industry because you're fucking cool.
The Melbourne bit has always gone.
Oh god, I'm gonna have to bleep that out. No, I'm joking.
You're just
it's not like I'm looking for a sponsorship. No, I'm not looking for a sponsorship on them. No, I one of the main reasons why I want you on the show, and it has nothing to do with being the Cudas. It has nothing to do with your wrestling. It has nothing to do with your side project and everything. I just think you look fucking cool.
Thank you. I'm a bit of an odd cat, like.
The promos for MXW's Wheel of Torture, I was fucking livid when I was just looking at you. I was just like, how fucking awesome is Jimmy? He's just so casual going up, like Mr. Jason Crash. How you doing? And you know, like, I must have watched that promo several times, and I was just like, oh my god, this guy is so cool. I got to get him on the show eventually.
Bloody hell.
Now, before we get started on the interview, I have to ask one question because every time I have a member of the Cudas, another fucking member gets announced on here. Now, there's only 4 more. There's only 4 Cudas on here. You've got JP Bamford, Robbie Parker, Frankie Grime, and yourself. There's no more.
No more.
Oh, thank for that.
Yeah. I say not as a teaser or anything, but who knows? Like, there could be another Cuda. We do have our honorary Cudas that are our fans, our honorary Cudettes, so to speak, our female fans. And we love them all.
It's good to hear. It's just because when we do this secret Cuda thing that we're planning in the future, I want to make sure I have everyone on before we do it, because I am not gonna get everyone on and all of a sudden there's no.
We're just gonna do it out of spite now. We're just gonna add another Cuda, so you just have to.
Yeah.
It's free. It's free advertisement essentially, because we're just like, we've got another podcast.
Oh my god! All right. Well, firstly, because I want to firstly get to know, because I know you're obviously outside the ring and everything, but the name Jimmy Burton, talk me through. How did you come up with the name?
Well,
we're not going to reveal. We're not going to really shoot name. I just want to know the origins of his name.
So we were sitting in a shed in 40-degree weather, much like Mildura today.
Yep.
And I just smashed together my favorite band's names, like Metallica. So I just got Cliff Burton and then James Hetfield and go, we'll make it Jimmy. And we'll just make me sound aggressive when I say it. So Jimmy Burton. You can bleep that one.
No, that's all right. That's all right. I always have to bleep these out, you know. And it's usually my fault because I'm the one usually swearing. But apparently, and this is from the rest of the boys. All told me that you're gonna give me a run for my money.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like,
here we go. You know what I'm thinking. For starting right now, I'm gonna have a counter at the bottom right here.
Please do.
So. Let's say, so on the left, this will be on this one. So on the left-hand side will be me, right? Yes. And then on the right side will be yourself.
Game on.
All right, let's do it. All right. Well, now we know the origin of your name. Firstly, how did you come into wrestling? Not getting into the industry itself, but how did you actually discover wrestling yourself? Because you're, a Majura boy, and there's not much over there.
Hey. We're essentially
hey.
we're literally a more convenient Adelaide, to be honest. Like, look, take this from someone that like went and moved to Adelaide for a bit and realized, wow, this place kind of sucks. It's literally just an inconvenient Adelaide with trams. Like, but
You realize that Weaver's probably going to hear this and go, the next time I see that Jimmy, Chop's going to come to his fucking way, bang.
Well, I might have to come out of retirement if he's going to go. If he's going to jump in like even the Carnage division or something, I might have to jump out of retirement.
Nice.
Dirty South Australian West End drinking, like, like. Also, even though you're 17, Cartella, you too. Like,
oh god.
No, but well, anyways, back to the question. So we got a bit off track there.
That's all right.
So obviously growing up, like just watching like Attitude Era and everything, and like I was a massive Undertaker fan, like massive Steve Austin, like that whole, like I think everyone from like a millennial stage is like got the same sort of story. Let's be honest. Like everyone sort of just thinks Attitude Era childhood. Then like you sort of delve into the ruthless aggression and everything, and it's just like, yeah, that is the creme de la creme. Bloody then actual wrestling though. So it was always one of those things where like we were a bunch of mates and where we'd go and have like a party and drink and stuff. There was always our mate like Big Purge that would he always talked about, hey man, wouldn't it be cool if we got a wrestling ring? It's like, yeah, dude, it'd be cool. What, 15 grand later? Yeah, cool, man. Yeah, you're totally gonna make that. You're totally gonna make that bloody deposit on a bloody ring. Yeah, so he kind of showed us all up and just goes, hey guys, guess what? I've got a wrestling ring, and like not a small one at that. Like once again, the creme de la creme. Like, like, and we were just like, there's a wrestling ring. Like we didn't know anything. Like,
yeah,
we didn't even, not at this point, like we hadn't even looked at like YouTube videos. It was like when you're like wrestling with your cousins and stuff, or like your younger siblings or your older siblings, like, oh, let me try this move on you. And it was just like, yeah, cool. But we slowly learned that it was like, okay, maybe we should probably learn how to do these things right so we don't hurt ourselves.
Like, in saying that though, you don't have to tell me who it was, but what was the injury that caused you guys to go, okay, fucking hell, I don't want that to happen to me ever again. What did they do?
Oh, I actually don't. Look, he's not a wrestler anymore, so I can say his shoot name because I actually forget his wrestler name. Bloody one of our mates, Jonesy, like he's gone to like, I think it was like the second rope he's going to jump up and he just absolutely his knee. Like it is like, we're just like, oh, I wasn't there, but like I've heard it was grotesque. Like
if it's anything like, and obviously different kind of injury, but if it's any like the Sid injury from the third rope, mate, no way. I don't want to see that.
It wasn't that bad, but like he was just like, oh, yep. And I think from then on, like we sort of, they were really basic matches in like the early Wrestle House days before we even started filming. Like none of us really had trained or anything, but we sort of watched some YouTube videos and like sort of stuff that we know how to like land safely and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we decided, you know what, let's just make a Facebook page for it. I mean, it's no different to like just a bunch of mates having fun. Like it's no different to what we're doing now, a podcast. Yeah. It's just like entertainment, like video entertainment. So it's just like, okay, like, all right, I guess we need to make storylines now. Like, and like, I was working at the pub, so I got to rarely be there. But like, I mean, start off like you got Ryan Casca, the man known now as Ryan Casca, was previously known, the artist formerly known as Ryan Tate. Versus
obviously for those who don't get what he's saying, on Ryan Casca's episode and on EVO's episode, we said a lot of shit names I had to bleep out, and EVO really fucked up half the time because like he just kept going with it and just went, you know what, fuck it.
Oh, EVO, you mean the artist formerly known as ELP?
I already forgot about that too. I forgot he was ELP over there.
Oh, me and him have some history in Wrestle House.
We'll get to that a little bit later. We continue. So you guys writing up.
We decided we didn't really accommodate for like time. So like this is early, even before it was Sector of Ruin, which me and Frankie were in. I'd come out in a balaclava and a flanny to help Frankie. And I was just like, what the like, it was just like, we hadn't really put much thought into it.
Yeah.
And that's where the birth of the kendo stick had happened. So I sort of became synonymous with the kendo stick and yelling at its spleetage, some of which are like the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Like, you know when like somebody finds something so hilarious, but you didn't mean to say it and you forgot you said it, and somebody points it out, like, I forget who I was fucking wailing into, but like I've got this kid now. I was like, Dim Sims. Like I like dim sims, man. Like I enjoy a good dim sim. Like steamed dimmy, like a bit of soy sauce, creme de la creme. Like just early Wrestle House days, and then it's sort of like panned on for about maybe a year and a half, and then we got the original MXW teed up with AC, and because Casca and Evio had left Wrestle House for a short period of time, like, I mean, you get mates and there's a bit of a tension there, but then they've jumped over to there and they've started wrestling over there, and then fences were mended, and everyone who wanted to go over to Horsham and wrestle had gone over to Horsham. They had a bit of a different roster back then, but it was good fun and like just like-minded people getting together. And now looking at the growth of MXW as to like what's happened, like it's fucking phenomenal. Like AC is the GOAT. Like he's just like a really humble dude though. Like he's got this shell, like you think he's just awkward, but like you just gonna break it, and he's like the funniest dude. Like you look at a Cuda vlog, and it's just like, yes, we're bringing Cuda vlogs back, by the way. But like we be dickheads, but like AC's the kind of guy, like he won't say much, but when he says something, it's got like everyone in tears. Like,
I have heard that.
It's just like the line, that man does not know where the line is. But yeah, so we've then sort of mashed together, and then like it's sort of like a working relationship with Wrestle House and MXW at the time.
Yeah.
And sort of built those bonds, and then MXW ended up getting a ring, and it was just like, okay, this is starting to get really interesting. And we talked about running events for so long, but it was such an obscure thing in a country town. And then we sort of introduced some titles, like some more titles into MXW. Like there was like people from MXW coming over, winning Wrestle House titles, people from Wrestle House winning MXW titles. I mean, bringing in the Carnage division in MXW was like one of my favorite things ever. I got to hold the Carnage title, and that was my baby. Like I loved that thing, loved being violent, and that sort of opened the door for so many avenues with other promotions in the cities and stuff to then sort of look at this, and it was like, okay, so wait, who are these guys on the internet? Like, are these guys yarders, but they're actually kind of good because they're starting to go to training and stuff?
Yeah.
Then the first first MXW show at bloody Slam and Sham. So there was a lot of budget cuts before that. I was budget cutted as a champion, which was great. Like, it was real splendid. Like, trust me, we made jokes about it in the locker room all the time. It was just like, okay, great. Like, and we've done that show, and it's been a major success. And we sort of looked at that, and it was just like, this actually works.
Yeah.
And we then sort of dabbled in other places, regional. So then we've done a Mildura show, which was just phenomenal. Like, just crazy, like, to see such a diverse demographic coming to these shows and everything, and which is what it's all about. Like, don't get me wrong, like, the wrestling side of it's actually cool. Like, that's cool and everything. But, like, I'm one of those people that, like, especially coming from an event management background, I just like to say, sit at the door, run the door, sit in the back and just watch. People watch, not in a creepy way, but like people watch. I'm watching you.
You're just sitting there, just laying back and just rubbing your gut and getting your finger into the belly button and just going, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But yeah.
Not that I ever done that.
No, so yeah, just like watching such a diverse crowd and everything, getting together and enjoying it, and watching just like the camaraderie, not only in the locker room, but once again, the locker room's cool, the wrestling's cool and everything, but watching the fans and getting enjoyment out of that's what you do it for.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like, don't get me wrong, we could sit and create this absolute masterpiece of a storyline. We could do this, but if it doesn't resonate with the fans, it means nothing. It holds no sustenance. But having that and such a good reaction with MXW, just crazy good.
Well, I had a very interesting moment at All For One, which you weren't there, which I'm still pretty pissed off at.
You'll get a signed Cudas shirt one day, all four of us. Like,
no, I don't want the shirt. I want the fucking bucket hat. Like, I don't know how many times I have annoyed Rob Dog about it. Like, where is my fucking bucket hat? I've been waiting for a fucking bucket hat for what, 6 months now? God's sakes! Like,
I'm the bandana guy.
Yeah,
I'm not a bucket hat guy. Like, I mean, Bamford and Rob Dog, like, bucket hats.
Yeah, but now Bam is wearing the fucking pimp hat. Frankie's. I think, does Frankie come up with a bucket hat anymore, or is he? Or because like every time I see him with a bandana.
Yeah, he's a bandana guy. Like bandana and a beanie normally, but like, honestly, it's ever changing. Of just like, okay, what's like the most ridiculous thing we can get away with? Like, I mean, Bamford especially, it's just like, yes, take us serious. Here's my pink sequin hat. Like,
it'd be funny if one of you guys dressed up as like a clown or something, or like if one of you guys got into a furry costume or something.
I don't know.
No. Here's one. Because the Cudas, come out as a Cuda itself. It'd be that ridiculous that I think it can kind of work, but it kind of backfire. But I still think it would be fucking funny.
Like, we've talked about it, and it's just like, hey, we should totally get like a Cuda tattoo. But then we like sort of look at it.
No.
Yeah, but we've like talked about it, and it's just like, the barracuda is actually a real fucking ugly fish now, isn't it? Like, it's not like a lovely fish that you can mount on the wall. It's just like, wow, that's aggressively hideous. Like,
well, Bamford thinks it's a cool looking fish.
I don't know. Like it's not like pug cute ugly. It's kind of like
fugly.
Really ugly, but it's kind of cool. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd love to wet a line and just bloody catch myself a Cuda, but like, just. I mean, but I feel like Cudas works, but like, it's not like we can go with like a name like fucking Murray cod or like golden perch or like.
Oh my god!
It doesn't work, does it? Like,
no, it doesn't. Well, my idea was the flakes, but at the same time, like you can get a lot of bad things from the flakes.
Yeah, we're flakes and minimum chips, mate. Like $8.
Flake minimum chips and a bottle of Coke. Thanks, mate.
Mate, you're winning, son. I'll give you a Dagwood dog.
You know, a good tattoo idea. Like if you don't want to put a barracuda, just do the old hand sign. But the actual one that that is not PG. And I still cannot believe it wasn't until Frankie went, into the camera, one of the and one of the. I went, me.
So we're like really responsible adults.
Yeah, adults, yes. Responsible, no.
No. Like, I mean, you should see us when like we're in a cabin. That's what you need to do. Like when we do this thing. Well, you got to be very respectful, not only to each other, but also we don't want to get fucking cancelled. No. So like, maybe do like a 4-hour show and like cut 2 hours out.
Well, I almost about to say like, and I would have given the fucking game away, so I'm going to shut my mouth and I'm still going to move on to another topic. We don't want people to know what's going to be happening, but that will be coming in 2024. It's going to be fun.
Spicy meatball.
Oh my gosh. All right. So hey, now I've lost what we were talking about.
Sorry, I tend to talk a bit of shit. Like if you haven't noticed.
Hey, Jason Crash, he even alluded to me like, I'm going to go this way, then I'm going to go this way, and then somehow I'm going to bring it back this way, and then we'll go back to the topic. And I thought with me saying that I was going to remember exactly what I did, but I can't remember. So we're talking about that you got into it was titles you got cut.
Yeah,
it was
anyway, back on track.
we get there. Let me get the wheel. All right, we're back on.
Yeah. Yeah, so we got into like some titles and stuff. We've done the first show at Horsham with NXW, and I had somewhat retired for the budget cutted, retired for the first time.
Yeah.
And seeing as I never actually lost the Carnage title, there was talks about, you know what, maybe we do get Burton back. Maybe we do. And I'm thinking, okay, like when the talks had happened, like you had EVO that had the Carnage, you had Bamford that had the Carnage, AC had it for a little bit, I believe. But then when I come back, guess who I have to face?
Oh God.
Hex.
The eighth man that I am generally scared of in the wrestling industry. Yep.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Fucking Hex. Jesus Christ. If you ever want to watch a snuff film, watch that man fucking murder me. Like, I'm going for a lovely Horsham trip with the boys. And like, it was sort of up in the air that I was going to do the return or not.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know if Hex was going to make it. So Hex ends up making it. He's the Carnage champion at the time, and I make my return. And this cynical. I come and make my return. It's meant to be this big pop, but nah, he just gives me this kiss of death. And I'm just like, oh, God, we're in for a fun ride. Then the match gets announced, and I'm just like, okay. I come out guns blazing, just before I don't even come out to an entrance. I'll just smash the with a fucking tube, like during his entrance, and then I literally get murdered. Like,
yep, I know.
After tube, barbed wire, gusset plates.
You realize you were going head to head with a madman. You dumb. Like, what the was going through your mind?
Look, if I know what it's like to go head to head with Charles Manson, after that. Like,
How do you
just
think? How do you think I felt? I had to be backstage with him at Alpha, and I'm sitting there like trying not to say anything, and he's giving me the death stare. I'm like, hi, Hex. I'm a big
Mr.
fan.
Hex. How are
I'm
you
a big
today?
fan. And
Maybe we should catch up for a salad and croutons one time.
No, it gets worse because I didn't realize how tall Hicks was, and then the moment he steps up, comes face to face with me, and he steps up, I'm just like, "You're a full foot taller than me," and I fucking bolt from the like, no, I can't do this, and I'm hiding behind Gino, and I'm just like, dude, can you just like just protect me? Because like obviously he's a wrestling legend, and he sees Hicks and gone, bye.
Yeah, look, Hexy boy is a interesting cat. Like, yeah. I would potentially, if I were to ever come back and wrestle in a ring, Hex is one of the people that I would go with.
Look, I might be terrified of the guy, and I never want to go anywhere near him, especially when I work at Alpha. But fucking love his work.
Oh,
terrifying in the ring, and just ballsy as all. Like some of the I've seen at not just a dream, but just like some footage at AOW. Especially get the rest of the Cuda boys. Amazed of him.
Him and Bam have had some bouts. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, I remember, like, AOW show in Mildura, like, because it was AOW shows generally have like bands and stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, normally I'll put on like some bands and stuff just as a gig, and then everyone's thinking, okay, well, this is a bit weird, bit of like maybe we'll suss this out. Punters were like, holy like.
Have you seen that match between Hex and Matty Wild at that like, because remember I had Devin on explaining the history of Australian outlaw wrestling, and that was at his house, and just seeing just the people like reacted to the band and Hex attacking the singer, and then like it's like if you hear in the background, it's like, is this for real? Oh my god, what the I'm like, dude, like it's wrestling, but at the same time it's like, yeah, I wouldn't want to be in that area.
Stuff wrestling.
Stuff wrestling, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm copywriting that right now. That's money. That's money.
I'm pretty sure Gore has that somewhere in his thing. So if you want to go after the Bastard Brothers, I mean, I'm sure Gore and Crackerjack are lovely people to talk to when it's copyright infringement. You know what I mean?
Ask them around for like maybe some saladas and cabana. I'm sure they would love that. Like, they seem like nice people. Like, let's invite Hex. Maybe get Crusher. Like, we'll grab Xavier Black. Like, we'll just all have
Mad Dog and Vixen. Oh my god, who else are we gonna stick on that? Just trying to think on my list. Oh yeah, Michael Weaver. Yeah. Oh my god, it's gonna be a slaughter fest, folks. Oh my god, could you imagine a super show with everyone there, and just the dollar signs are running in my head right now. Like how good that show would be.
Yes, but imagine being the promoter for that show with the
I'm not doing that.
Insurance liability, like that. Like,
oh god, that would be terrifying and expensive.
Yeah. The whole room would just smell like iron.
God, I love fantasy booking on this show sometimes. This is so good.
So you can fantasy book, but maybe something shouldn't happen.
No, that shouldn't happen, because I don't that's going to start World War III, I reckon. It doesn't have to.
That will start World War III and then coincide to start 4, 5, 6. Like, it's that catastrophic.
Or if you're a believer like myself, it was going to start the Rapture. Like. I can't imagine what's fucking happen there.
Oh god. No pun intended.
Oh god. Hey, but hang on, I do remember why why I brought up All For One, and it's actually because of I do know this feeling of like being in the crowd, watching the crowd react and everything. I was with EVO, Ryan Casca, Luke Resner, and Blaze Elliott.
Yeah.
All who've been on the show. You should definitely check out those episodes. That's a cheeky plug. Anyway, I was sitting with them and we started talking, and everyone just like went tight-lipped because I think I can't remember exactly if it was Ace or no, because it was after intermission. So it was, I think it was the battle royal, and something had happened, and I'm just sitting there with the boys enjoying the atmosphere and going, this is amazing. Just seeing how many people are in their element enjoying this. Let's forget the drunk dickheads that were there, because unfortunately, if you guys were there, we all know what happened there. Let's not bring any more attention to those idiots. And that's the only time we'll be negative on the show, because they were, But other than that, oh my god, I was just digging it, man, and I like you said, you live for that moment, and it was great. Yeah. Okay, now where were we before? Now I go for 1 point though. I'm trying to remember. Now I can't even.
Yeah, we're talking about All For One and talking about that feeling and everything.
Yeah, so we did that, and because we got off on a whole different tangent about fantasy booking the Hex. Because you had the because you were coming back, you So very professional here. What if it's cool?
What do you mean? So, like, that had happened, and I ended up in hospital 2 days later because I was still profusely bleeding 2 days later from gusset plates.
Was this oh my god, I'm trying to remember exactly. So what was the where were you bleeding again? Was that the mouth, or was it? Oh god.
So it was in your shed, like so obviously, like, my head was cut open, like like my back was like a fucking cat scratch pile. But like gusset to the chest, like right in the middle, just like on the sternum. Like, so there's like, in the sternum, like there's like no, like, look,
there's no give,
Yeah, there's no give. And like, don't get me wrong, I'm a chunky boy, but like there's no like
mate, if you're chunky, then I'm a fruit salad, mate. Jesus Christ.
Thick. No, but like it was just like straight on the bone, and like it wouldn't heal, and I'm like pissing blood out like continuously for like 2 days.
Oh man,
it was like it couldn't clot or anything, and I'm just like, oh fuck. And then I go to a hospital, and they're just like, yeah, when was the last tetanus shot? I was like, yeah, probably like grade 6. So they're just like, yeah, we're probably gonna keep you here, chuck you on a bunch of fluids, check your bloods, give you a tetanus shot. Probably don't do that again. Well, no, they asked, how'd that happen? I was like, oh, yeah, I was wrestling. And they was like, you got stabbed? Like, well, yes, I got stabbed. It was fun. Like, it was good fun. Like,
and I could just imagine the nurse and doctor says, if you think that's fun, then what do you think isn't fun? Is it like laughing and puppy dogs? No? Okay.
No, don't get me wrong. Like puppy dogs, frogs. I fucking love frogs. Frogs are the best fucking thing ever. Like, look at a frog and tell me you hate that.
Just can't.
Exactly.
Fucking like, oh god, I'm gonna show my fucking age on this one. But fucking Frogger, like, I grew up on that, and I love frogs because of Frogger.
It was a couple New Years ago. Like, me and a bunch of mates went to Apollo Bay, and we were like thinking, like, okay, we'll go out clubbing on like the Great Ocean Road. Nah, we just drank and played Frogger for like hours on end. Like, it was the best. It was a grown ass man just sitting around, like, with a world technology on our phones, but like.
The scenery. Let's get the phones out and play Frogger.
Admittedly, like, the scenery was beautiful. Like, it was like this 2-story Airbnb, and it had a resident koala.
You're shitting me.
No. So like I didn't know until we got there.
Yeah.
because like it was such like a last minute thing because one of our mates won like a sports bet multi and won like 17 grand or something. Yeah, and he goes, "Hey, you want to come to Apollo Bay?" And I was like, "Where the is Apollo Bay?" Like,
it's on the off coast of Victoria. God damn it!
Yeah, like, and like I rocked up to this Airbnb and I was like, "What the? That is a resident koala." Like, so I'm on like the second deck patio. I was like, "There's a tree with a koala in it." Yeah, but it wasn't in like the bush. It was like this person who like owned the complexes of like Airbnbs had a singular tree in their backyard that had a koala in it. So they essentially had a pet koala.
I envy that guy. I envy that guy. I want a pet koala.
I want a pet. Like, I mean, supposedly pet koalas are pretty like fucked up. Like, I mean, I think 90% of them have chlamydia or something, or like they just
and plus they make this sound a lot.
Wait, what sound do they make?
I'm not doing that again, mate. I grew up in Tokemwall, and I hear those bastards like squawk every now and again. It's worse when they're doing other stuff. But having koalas after dark, son. But even
let's monetize that.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm not the only one that has nightmares of those sounds. I'm pretty sure. This has become the confession episode. So, Jimmy, the last time. Oh, I love this show. I've
been wanting to jump on this for so long. Like,
well, I got to admit, it was my up because I knew that you guys were getting together and all that stuff thanks to our buddy. I nearly said his shoot name then. Thanks to Ace and oh god. I am gonna get in so much trouble if I start saying shoot names. So I'm gonna try to be
good as fix it in post. It's fine. Like,
yeah. No, I leave them in, but I just bleep it out. But I just every now and again, someone will say like,
instead of bleeping it out, just like badly like dub it, like kind of like Japanese kung fu movies, like just badly,
or like Monkey Magic. Like, no, I didn't say he does my name, but. Like
yes, that you have strong warrior style.
No, like that is a cool story of you going over there and meeting a pet koala. That's great. Yeah. I mean, not that we should be keeping koalas as pets because they're endangered, but
you would.
If you could, you definitely would. Yeah. Yeah, but also be careful of their claws. So if anyone is watching that's not from Australia, just remember they have got some pretty gnarly claws out there, and they can tear that stupid tattoo off your back if you have one. I believe Steve-O from Jackass. Oh God,
there's a real.
Oh, and while we're on the subject, also kangaroos are dangerous. But the one other thing is they are tasty. Very, very
kangaroo
tasty.
Is one of my favorite meats. I will.
Oh, yeah.
Like, see, the thing is, like, getting like fresh kangaroo. Like, don't get me wrong, the bloody stuff at the supermarket, like that marinated stuff, slaps.
Yeah. Mm.
But like fresh kangaroo from like Mob here in Mildura. I'll say it again. Crème. Like, just.
Man, Jimmy, why? You're making me so hungry now.
I'm sorry.
Oh, because because when you were saying in a country town with kangaroo, you know what the first thing came to mind was gourmet kanga snags. Like, yes. My God, have you ever? Yeah, like have you had the ones with basil and tomato? That's some
like
next level on that.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God,
heavily underrated, and it's like the second most sustainable meat in the world without getting like political and everything. Like, yeah, literally it's like sustainable as shit, and it's
well considering it's like what 15 kangaroos to one person, like I think we can But no one wants to eat kangas, and please don't come at me for any comments on this one. I'm clearly just speaking my mind about how much I love food. I'm not saying we should be killing these animals. It's just they're tasty.
I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I was veg for 5 years, man. Like I get it. Like
oh god, I'm. Why does this fucking podcast always revolve around food at some point or another?
Because we like food. Like we're adults that know what we like.
Oh, I can't say because they're going to reveal what we're going to be doing. I can't say it. But I think
Wait,
we should.
We're doing a cooking show, aren't we?
Oh.
There's an idea. There's the $1 million idea. Cooking with the Cudas.
Oh my god, that's it. After this, we've got to talk. Cooking with the Cudas.
Can you eat barracuda?
I don't know. Can you?
It's okay.
Yeah, you do an internet search. I'll just talk bullshit on camera right now. I reckon that's a good idea. I think we could make lots of money with doing that. Because hang on, who's the rest of the cook out of the 4 of you? Is it just you, Jimmy, or is it Bamford?
Oh well,
because I know Frankie is a sandwich connoisseur because he's sandwich artist, but that doesn't mean he can cook. Yes. He can't cook though. Sorry, that doesn't make him necessarily he can cook.
Look, I won't name who had cooked really poorly cooked snags in the cabin one time. He was not a Cuda, but he was in the same cabin as us. And there is a bit of heat there in between me and him. Okay. Unfortunately, the heat wasn't on the snags. It might help that.
Oh my god!
But I love to cook. Like I love to cook. Like
I was going to say, is that the reason for the bandana? Because you look like a chef half the time.
By the way, you can eat barracuda. They don't say anything about it. They just say you can eat it without getting sick. So it's probably not that good. It's just like one of the, I mean, yeah, you can eat it.
It doesn't mean you can. Doesn't mean you should. You can't eat a barracuda. It doesn't mean you should, because like they say about a lot of things, especially have you ever had cat?
Wait, did you just incriminate yourself by saying eating cat?
No. I was going to say kale.
Oh,
friggin' no, it's not
started on kale.
No, I'm not kale. I was oh my god, I'm trying to think of the bloody fruit.
Like durian. Like that
durian, yeah. It's like that's what I'm thinking, durian. Because just because you can eat it doesn't mean you should. Because that, oh god, the smell alone, especially when you eat it.
I've always wanted to try it, but I know it's stanky.
Mate, you go do it. Me personally, I'm just like, yep, just don't kiss me, don't come anywhere near me. I am going this way.
Ugh. The equivalent of like a 3 a.m. like kebab garlic bread.
No. This is next level, mate. This is like hot garbage on a summer day.
Oh, like the old bin juice.
No. I've got the better. And I'm sorry for what I'm about to say because it's going to gross a lot of people out. It's like sweaty balls.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, you're preaching to the choir right now. It's 40 degrees in Melbourne. I've had to wear skinny jeans today, mate. Look, I know. I've changed into some like basketball shorts. Comfy, best thing ever.
All right, we're almost running out of time, so I want to
we should actually talk about wrestling stuff.
Yeah, I know. No, we're talking about anything and everything that we find cool, and we've been finding a lot of things cool about Jimmy Burton tonight. But one thing I want to know is because obviously the Slam and Sham show, it was kind of thrown in last minute, and I get the consensus from all the boys that all of a sudden, it was meant to be just Bamford, Rob Dog, and Frankie, and then all of a sudden, I think it was Frankie in his episode said, "Oh, Jimmy, you want to be part of it?" And you go, "Yeah." So all of a sudden, you guys come out and you guys are coming to be announced as the Barracudas.
That's literally it. Like I was sitting in Gorilla,
yeah,
like had a chat with like management after like Grime had gone like, "Hey, you should join." I was like, "Yeah, all
right." Well, so you were basically the Rick Rude of no, I'm not gonna say the Cudas of the Barracudas. Basically, you just got you're like, oh, you want to be part of it? Yeah, cool. Let's get it. At least you went like Rick and just come out in a suit and didn't match with the rest of the guys. You
I
actually
mean,
matched
that's
with
what
the
I
rest.
do now, though. Like,
Yeah.
well, technically, I mean, now that I'm now announced fully as a Cuda, like there's the Barracudas, and then there's the Cudas.
It is.
Like, it's the evolution.
Mm.
Like, yeah, it literally was like the most like on the fly thing, and it was just like, yeah, cool, sounds great.
Yeah.
Guess this is a thing now. I guess we have a group chat now. Okay. What are we doing now, guys? Like,
I got to admit though, oh god, although I now work in wrestling, I still feel bad when I say this. I don't feel like I'm still worthy enough to use terminology yet. But I popped so hard when you joined. And I was just like, oh my god, I was like, oh thank God. I'm like, I love this guy. I want the Cudas to be whole again. Jimmy needs to go. And then when it happened, I was like, yes, it's good.
I don't even think
life is good.
If I remember correctly, I don't even think I told my girlfriend. Like, and like she hadn't attended, like, because I think she was doing some concert thing. And like, she's like, oh hey babe, how was it? I was like, oh yeah, I joined the Cudas. She's like, what? Yeah. Hit old Blake Curtis with a chair and join the Cudas.
Oh god. I can't wait for us to do this project that we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
We got a lot of good ideas tonight. That's for sure. No, I'm not going to announce it. I was like, should I announce it now? Nah, off. They people can wait. They'll enjoy it. They'll enjoy it.
Yeah. Like, we can dangle the mistletoe, but we won't give them the smooch.
Like,
also, while I'm here,
yes,
you talk about James Marshall OnlyFans, right?
Yeah, make sure to use the hashtag James Marshall OnlyFans. Let's make it happen.
There it is. What about Blake Curtis Feet Finder? Make it happen. Blakey, we're coming for you.
I'm not going to comment on that because I'm pretty sure Blake is going to put me in a headlock again, and I don't want that to happen.
Oh, yeah. He's got unfinished business with me anyway, so he probably wants to kill me for it. So it's all good. I guess you could say there's a bit of conflict there.
Yeah. Oh god. All right. Well, we've come to the staple question here. Jimmy Burton, what is something that you find cool that nobody else does?
In my old age,
yeah,
I have become quite the advocate for going to a Sunday market. I love a Sunday market.
Out of all the people I've had on the show, really?
Yeah,
like, I find it cool, but I'm just like, you? Like, I'm giving you a big hug and a smooch when we see each other eventually. God, but we are gonna have so much fun.
Yeah, but yeah, I love a Sunday market. Like, nice, fresh made bread, nice floral arrangements. I'll get some brownie points with the missus. Some nice cured meats, like, because we've got a big Italian community here. Cured meats are like
freshly made hot jam donuts. You know, the kid who gets pushed into doing music and playing awful music. It's just fantastic. You know what I mean?
Like local artists and like selling art, like woodworks and I fucking love that.
Yeah, I know.
Most of the time I'm listening to death metal and just pulling like angry faces, but Sunday market, you'll find me in my Sunday best buying some artisanal bread.
I would love. You know what I would love? I would love to you just be dressed up like in all metal and get Frankie in his when he's in his band, he's, you know, especially with the face paint and everything. And then I can just imagine like him ordering bread now. Oh yeah, I'll just grab two loaves of white bread, love, and you know they're just looking and going.
Can I get a loaf of Vienna? I'm looking at making a cob loaf tonight, mate. Like, any good recipes? Like,
Oh my god! All right, Jimmy, where can we find you on all your socials, if there's any?
Well, I actually don't really have like a wrestling social, so to speak. But you can find info on the Cudas social, or if you want just to see pictures of me doing day-to-day life, like going to Sunday markets, buying a stupid amount of guitars and a little bit of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Follow me on Extra Thrashy on Instagram. Not trashy, although I do look trashy. Extra Thrashy, one word.
And don't forget to follow the Cudas on Instagram. It is the _Cudas, I think.
Just double check that.
I'm going to get crucified for the rest of the boys because I should know that by now. It's like it's not
_Cudas. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. As long as I got it right, because like obviously my boys are Conflict Axiom and they make it nice.
Look, hey, mate, Nate Premium Unleaded can off. Nate Economy 10 can off. Nate Navgas can off. Som. I like Som.
Yeah.
He's a really nice guy.
He is. He really is.
Chris Law, you look like you front a Christian metal band.
Oh, God.
Where's the lie? Like Curtis?
Scary dude.
James Marshall?
Make your OnlyFans.
No. Blake's got your number. Blake's Feet Finder. That's where the money is. Also, for legal reasons, no, I do not. I'm not into feet. Like, I actually find feet disgusting. And you can get that stubby holder away.
Oh, you mean this beautiful Conflict Axiom stubby holder, which you can also get from Respo Clothing, which is our sponsor here at What If It's Called. Make sure to check them out. Respo Clothing on Facebook and on Instagram, and they are available at all Adrenaline Pro Wrestling and Alpha Pro Wrestling events from the merchandise, and you can also DM Conflict Axiom on Instagram to get this beautiful piece of merchandise, as well as their t-shirts, hats, and a whole bunch of other stuff.
We're just gonna have to send you some merch, hey?
Man, I'm a plugging whore, like I've been saying.
Where are you? Can you just print us up some shirts, mate?
I've been saying for months for all four of you to get me some merch, and every time I either run into Bamford, Frankie, or Rob Dog, you guys don't have shit for me. That's all on you guys, not me.
Look, no. I haven't been there, so look.
No. I'm not blaming you. I'm not blaming you.
Link. I need to rectify this problem.
Yeah, and we're gonna rectify that in 2024.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
I will trade you the Cudas merch pack for that stubby holder.
Oh, I don't know how the boss Crystal was going to feel about that. Me too.
Chris Law. Chris.
Oh, on that note, Jimmy Burton, thank you for being on What If It's Called. You've been an absolute legend, and I can't wait to have you again. I can't wait to work with you on our project soon. Jimmy Burton, thank you for being part of What If It's Called.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure, and it's been an absolute laugh. Cheers.
And that's the end of that episode. Want to be featured on What If It's Cool or know someone with an amazing story that needs to be told? Reach out to me. I can be reached on whatifitscooledbusiness@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. Want more from What If It's Cool? Make sure to check out the YouTube channel where you can find the latest episodes of Mukbang Around, Reaction, and of course, the vlogcast. And don't forget to follow What If It's Cool on all socials. It can be found at What If It's Cool. Keep that support coming. And until next time, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.